To make sure her unattractive daughter could attend the royal ball, the mother ordered someone to break her nose. Instead of feeling guilty, the mother smiled with satisfaction. Rebecca had brought her daughter to marry into nobility far away, but on the day of the wedding, the count suddenly collapsed, coughing up blood, and died. He left behind his beautiful daughter, Agnes. Elvira tried to comfort her, but Agnes coldly stated that her father had only married Rebecca for her money. Elvira ran to her mother's room, in panic, only to find that local officials had already arrived. With the count dead, his estate was to be seized to pay off debts. Rebecca collapsed in despair, trying to comfort her. Elvira said she was willing to marry someone to help the family, but her mother mocked her for being ugly. Like many girls, Elvira had always dreamed of marrying a handsome prince, and it seemed like God had heard her prayers. The prince announced he would be hosting a grand ball in 4 months, inviting all the young women in the kingdom. Elvira was lucky enough to receive an invitation. She rushed to tell her mother the good news. In response, Rebecca hired a top surgeon to give Elvira cosmetic surgery. After the operation, Elvira wore a metal brace to protect her healing face. Then Rebecca handed her a small box. Inside was a tapeworm egg. She told Elvira that swallowing it would help her lose weight. Elvira agreed, saying she would take the antidote after she slimmed down. Her younger sister couldn't understand any of this and stormed off on her own. Elvira, meanwhile, became obsessed with reading the prince's poetry, though she didn't understand what. The poems meant Agnes did, and she immediately saw that the prince was nothing but a womanizer. Then something horrifying happened. Elvira began losing her hair. Before long, the day of the ball arrived. Rebecca had paid a fortune for a stunning dress. Everyone gasped at how beautiful it was. Agnes helped Elvira into the gown, while the tailor gently secured a wig onto her head. At the same time, Agnes sat by her father's body. Suddenly, a mysterious light appeared, and she heard her late mother's voice. Her mother looked at her with deep affection. Then Agnes noticed something strange. The maggots on the dress were transforming into silkworms, spinning silk to repair the torn fabric. Following her mother's guidance, Agnes took out her old dance shoes. They had magically adjusted to her size. Her mother told her that no one would recognize her and reminded her that at midnight, the carriage would turn back into a pumpkin. And just like that, the grand ball began.